Hey everyone, Josh here. In this week's guitar lesson we are checking out the song Connection by Elastica. This song was massive in the 90s and the opening keyboard riff is so recognisable that we're going to be playing it on guitar. If you like this video, click like, click subscribe, click the bell and you'll be notified each time I upload a lesson. So the first chord of this song is a B flat power chord. We play this by putting our first finger on the 6th fret of the low E and our third finger on the 8th fret of the A string, and then we hit both the strings. Okay, and what we're looking for is for the chord not to ring out. So what we need to do is we need to push down on the strings, hit our chord, and then let go as quick as we can, so it gives you that short, sharp sound. Okay, so push down, hit, and then release. Then we're going to move down 2 frets to the 4th fret on the low E and the 6th fret on the A, and we're going to do 1 upstroke. Okay, and then after that upstroke, we're then going to slide back up to our 6th fret, and we're going to play 2 downstrokes. So this little sequence together is, okay, so we've got down, up, down, down, and then it starts again essentially. So we've got down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down. Okay, so I recommend just practicing that little section there, and the majority of these chords are them short, sharp chords. Okay, you can hear that they're not really ringing out. So once we do the sequence 3 times, we then move down onto the A string. Okay, and then for the A string, we are just moving down 1 string on each of our fingers. So we are now on the 6th fret of the A string and the 8th fret of the D string. And what we're doing there is we're going down, and then we're moving down 1 fret to the 5th fret. So we're now on the 5th fret of the A and 7th fret of the D, and this is where we do our upstroke. And then we're moving down again, and this is where we do our 2 downstrokes. So we'll be on the 4th fret of the A and the 6th fret of the D, and this is where we do our 2 downstrokes. So if we just practice this little section, down, up, down, down, and then if we put the section together, we've got this. Okay, and this repeats a couple of times in the intro, and then the almost pre-verse comes in. So the pre-verse is literally 2 guitars, one's continuing to play that sequence, and the rhythm guitar is just doing downstrokes on this B flat power chord. Okay, so that plays the B flat power chord 24 times. Okay, and then after that you've got the keyboard hook of. Now you've got 2 options for this little keyboard hook. You can go all the way up to the 15th fret on the G, and then you'll go to the 13th fret on the D. Okay, so that just alternates twice, so 15, 13, 15, 13. An alternative is you can keep in this same area by going to the 11th fret on the B, and then the 8th fret on the G. Just a little bit more of a stretch because you're stretching over 3 frets essentially, but it would still be the same. Try and add a bit of vibrato into it as well, make it sound really cool. And then after that it goes into the proper verse. Okay, so we've got the B flat power chord 24 times. And then we got the second part of our intro sequence. And then we play the B flat 24 times again. Okay, so then we get to the pre-chorus, which is a F sharp power chord. For F sharp power chord, we place our first finger on the 2nd fret of the low E and our 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the A, and we just do 1 downstroke. And then there's a little lead guitar line which comes in. There's 2 different ways of playing this. We can go down to the 7th fret of the B and 6th fret of the A, and it just alternates between them 2, and we play the notes 16 times. Okay, so we got... The alternative way is to go all the way up to the 16th fret on the D, which would also mean the 15th fret on the D, and we'd alternate between those 2. Depending on which way you decide to play that pre-chorus, the chorus differs as well. If you decided to stay in this area down here, then the pre-chorus will be the 6th fret on the A and the 8th fret on the D. Okay, so we play this 16 times. And then we move up to the 8th fret of the A, 10th fret of the D, and play it 8 times. 6, 7, 8. So if we just play the section again, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The alternative way, if you go all the way up to the 15th and the 16th fret, we'll put our 1st and our 3rd finger on the 11th fret of the low E and the 13th fret of the A. And again, it's exactly the same. We play the first chord 16 times and then the second chord 8 times. So you'd essentially move this shape up 2 frets. So you'd be on the 13th fret of the low E and the 15th fret of the A. So after the chorus, there's a little lead guitar lick. So it uses an octave on the 13th fret. So we will put our 1st finger on the 13th fret of the A and our 3rd finger on the 15th fret of the G. Okay, and then what we're looking to do is pick these 2 notes 4 times. Okay, so we're going to go from the 15th on the G to the 13th on the A, and then we're going to do it again. So up to speed with the track, it would be. And for this, I'm doing up, down, up, down. Okay, so up on the G, down on the A. So once it does that 4 times, it then moves to the 13th fret on the G. So I'm now using my 2nd finger for this. Okay, so 3rd for the 15th fret and 2nd for the 13th fret. And again, we play these 2 notes 4 times. Okay, and as you can see, I'm not holding the notes down when I'm picking them, otherwise it's going to ring out. Okay, so I'm lifting my fingers off when it's not needed, essentially when it's not being picked. Now, that's how I listen to it in the song, but there really is no issue with you just holding your fingers down and just picking it. Okay, so you do that sequence of going from the 15th to the 13th and then the 13th to the 13th on the G and the A. You do that 3 times. And then the final bit is that keyboard hook that we played before. So that is just the 15th fret on the G, 13th fret on the D, and we play that twice. It then goes back into your octave picking again, so we play it again. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. I will catch you next week.